So after 3 weeks of nothing to do in Fate Grand Order JP, we have nothing to do in Fate Grand Order JP, unless you consider rolling for Nitocris Alter as content. She's probably the best general pool servant we've had in a long time, but there's one part of her kit that I've seen people talking about that I wanted to quickly go over here. On her MP, you can see that it has a 50% chance to apply death to all enemies, but then it has an additional modifier of apply death for targets with evil alignment, and there's not a percentage listed anywhere, not that I've seen. I've seen some people think that this means that it will always instant kill. Well, as neat as that would be, that isn't the case, sadly. That would just allow her to cheese too many things, since her second skill, as you can see here, applies evil trait to enemies. This would allow her to just one-shot bosses and any wave, which is honestly just too strong for them to do for a general pool servant. So it can still fail, it's just an increase in the chance. Their death rate still plays a role in it, so that'll clearly determine whether they get instant killed or not. And in fact, in the 4 times I did this node, I never once saw an instant kill, so take that as you will. I'm sure someone else out there has the death rate that it applies or has figured that out, but it's not a guaranteed death, that's for sure. On a side note, I think she's actually the best non-limited we've had since 2018 when Enkidu released. Like, honestly, look at the pool of non-limiteds that we've had the past couple years. Vritra, Nemo, Galatia. I just said that wrong, so whatever. But yeah, she's better than all those. This setup, by the way, is a terrible setup that I intentionally used so she wouldn't do enough damage to kill the enemies on wave 2 and 3. Just so I could see the death chances, because if she kills them, it does not show you whether you would have instant killed them or not. And you can see here where I've slowed down the NP, you can see the double miss on the death procs, so it's actually 2 separate death chances. It is not just increasing the odds of that first death chance. So yeah, no ability to cheese fights, but I do actually think she's quite good. And I've always liked Nitocris, so getting a stronger version isn't something you'll find me complaining about. Anyway, this wasn't a review or anything like that, but rating 10 out of 10, please roll. Just don't use Ascension 2, because personally I'm not a fan of the short hair. I much prefer the longer haired variants, but that's just me.
Watch me at twitch.tv/RioEmerald.